What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one Dottie here, back with a brand new WWE Wrestlemania 41 action figure reveal video. If you're not a best one yet already and you want to watch me rebuild my collection or live my nostalgic memories, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because of course you already know the grind is real. And if I were you, I would go grab yourself a snack, kick back, because this is going to be a long video. Because every year around WrestleMania, WWE Mattel reveals a bunch of brand new action figures that are going to be coming out throughout the rest of 2025 and going into early 2026. They have a whole panel, they have a whole display at WWE World. And today we are going to pretty much talk about all the brand new figures that are going to be coming out. We're going to be looking at the pictures side by side, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. So, with that being said, let's get it. The grind is real. So before we get into all the WWE stuff, I do want to talk about a few AEW figures that are going to be coming out soon that were announced this week. Starting things off, we have a AEW Jazzware Vaults exclusive that will be coming out sometime next week, and that is a 3-pack, The House of Black. Malachi, Brody, and Buddy are all going to be getting brand new action figures from the Jazzware line, and it's going to be them in their black and gold attire that they wore at AEW Double or Nothing a few years ago. And even though the timing is a little off because Aleister Black is set to come back to WWE pretty soon, I do think that these figures look badass, and I'm definitely going to be picking up a set to replace my old unmatched ones on my shelf. I think that when it comes to Jazzware, they kill it with certain characters, and I do think the House of Black, they do such a great job with those figures. So makes me very excited that we're going to be getting new House of Black, and probably the last time we're going to be getting a Malachi Black in the collection. And the last figure I do want to talk about that was revealed at Major Wrestling Figure Podcast live show in Las Vegas. Smart Mark Sterling is finally getting an AEW figure, and out of all the figures that have been announced throughout the week, I gotta say I am the most excited about Smart Mark Sterling because he and we go way back. He did a lot of independent wrestling shows around my area, in particular Blitzkrieg Pro, which We Are Wrestling. We do sponsor a lot of their shows. And I got to watch Smart Mark wrestle a lot over there, and to see him go from working Blitzkrieg to now being a part of AEW and finally getting an action figure, I'm so happy for him because I know this is something he's been wanting for such a long time. And even myself, I've been wanting a Smart Mark figure that's articulated, because I don't really count the heels and the faces and the retros that are coming out. I like the articulated ones, and Smart Mark finally getting a detailed figure like that, I'm very excited for him, very happy for him, and this is a figure I'm probably going to pick up, probably 4 or 5 of them, and I'm definitely going to get one signed. And I was actually the first fan ever to buy a Smart Mark t-shirt, and I actually ended up getting that at a Blitzkrieg Pro show. So, Smart Mark, he's a good buddy of mine, and to see him actually finally get, this figure, something that I know he's been wanting, he's told me before, I am so happy for him, and yeah, I thought that they did a great job surprising him, and I can't wait to see that clip. But, Smart Mark, he is going to have the neck brace, he's going to have the AEW microphone, he's also going to have his degree, which I think is so cool. And then he's also going to have 2 different interchangeable heads, which I like. And then he even has the pin, the Smart Mark Sterling pin on the suit, which I think is so freaking awesome. And this will be a Collect Major exclusive. I really do hope eventually, like, we do get Smart Mark in his wrestling gear. I think that that can make a fun figure, but I'm glad it is a Collect Major exclusive and not just a chase, because even though I would pay second market for the chase, at least with Collect Major, I'm probably more guaranteed to get that figure in hand, which makes things so much easier, so much more convenient. But now let's get into all the WWE Mattel reveals, and this is going to be all over the place. I just don't have any order whatsoever when it comes to this because they released a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to keep it as organized as I can. But this will be going all over the place. I can tell you that right now. And we might as well start off with the WWE Superstore exclusive, which this is something new this year, and that is The Last Time Is Now, John Cena, from his Money in the Bank appearance when he announced that he is going on a retirement tour in 2025. We've known about this figure, but the cool thing is there's actually a variant that will have an exclusive WrestleMania 41 shirt in some of the packages. So if you are out in Las Vegas, you could go to the WWE Superstore if they're still available on the floor. And he will have his signature red and blue gear going on. And this John Cena, I definitely plan on trying to pick up 2. I want to keep one in the package. And then, of course, I want to have one for my eventual John Cena shelf. But really cool. I do love that we are getting Superstore exclusives, and I believe like the John Cena will be available on Mattel Creations within the next couple of weeks. So definitely keep your eyes out on that. I know I am, because I love me some John Cena. But now, let's just go over all these figures from all over the place. And we might as well start off with WWE Superstars line, because they have a nice little display over at WWE World. We might as well start off with the first 3 here that look like they're close to being complete. That is Zeus, Ultimate Warrior, and the Iron Sheik. And we've seen these figures not that long ago. But I will say I'm very excited about the Ultimate Warrior. He's going to also come with the Intercontinental Championship. Warrior is so toyetic. I love that he's going to be a part of this line. So I'm totally going to pick up one. Iron Sheik, gotta love him. Great old school heel. That's another fun one. And then Zeus, I don't really need a superstar Zeus in my collection. I understand they got the license. They got to try to throw him in. But that's going to be an easy pass for me. But we do have some gray prototype figures as well over there, which we do have the Steiner brothers, which I think anybody that's like 90s is a perfect fit in this Superstars wave, because the 90s like just had like very just toyetic. And I think having Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner, the Steiner brothers, that's going to be so cool. I wonder if they are going to come out with like the Michigan jackets. That's like one thing I'm definitely curious about. But they also look like they will have the WWE World Tag Team Championships as well. I think that that's a cool little touch. And honestly, not bad. Very excited to add Scott and Rick to my Superstars collection. And then in the front here, we do have a brand new Rob Van Dam, and he's also going to have his Tiger singlet on. And RVD is another perfect fit in this wave. And I just hope that like the Superstars line, like it is more easier for us to access, because I know distribution does suck on them. I think maybe Mattel Creation also needs to put these figures up on their website. But yeah, that Rob Van Dam looks absolutely sick. I think the head sculpt really looks good, even though we don't have the paint on apps yet. I just think like from the first looks of it, this looks like a really good Superstars figure. And I love that they have him doing the RVD pose. And then right next to him, we do have the Hurricane. And that's another one that I'm very excited about. I can't wait to get that one in hand. He's going to have his cape. He's going to have just, oh man, Hurricane's going to look really good here. Like, it already does look great, and we haven't even, like, got to see it in full color yet. But, man, overall, I'm very excited about the Superstars line. Like, this set does have a lot of potential. And then we do have some more completed ones on the other display here. We have Nikolai's Volkov, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we do have George the Animal Steel, two Great Mutas, and Diesel. And I gotta say, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I can't believe how long it's taken until we finally got one in hand that's going to be a part of the Superstars line. And I actually do like that it's not in wrestling gear. I love that he's got like the jean shorts going on. He's got the vest. Head sculpt could be a little better, but I love this line. And like all these figures, I'm definitely looking forward to adding to my collection. Like Nikolai Volkov, I know why they put him in there, probably to pair him up with the Iron Sheik, but not really that excited about it. But overall, like I think like the majority of them, very excited about adding to my collection. So now let's get into all the WWE Elite figures that were revealed. And this is just going to go all over the place. Like some of them, I do know what series and stuff they're from, but others, I don't know because there's a lot to digest with all these reveals. So bear with me. Let's go over the ringside from the Vault Series 6 because they did have those on display. And we did get some really good images of them. And you can pre-order them right now in Ringside Collectibles. And starting things off here, we do have Kevin Nash. And this is one of the re-releases from the Wolfpack, Ringside exclusive from all the way back to 2015, 10 years ago. And I actually do have the original one in the package signed by Kevin Nash. And this one probably is an easy pass for me because I already do like my NWO Kevin Nash's that I already have in my collection. This one, I don't know, just feels like a little bit of a downgrade in my opinion. But I can understand why people want it because you do get like the spray paint, you're going to get the NWO title, you're going to get a nice rubber shirt. There's a lot to go with the Kevin Nash. But we also do have a Scott Hall, which was originally a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. And this one, I do think I am going to pick up because I could get away with putting it in my ECW shelf because he did have that short run around like 2000. So that's one that I'm definitely going to try to keep my eyes on. Then we also do have RVD with the same head sculpt that we've gotten with the last like 5 throwbacks. So I don't like the head sculpt, but I love the gear choice. I don't know what it is about white gear. Big fan of it. He does have the green dragon going on. And like, this is one of the more like iconic singlets. So I do think I'm going to try to get my hands on that RVD. He's also going to come with a trash can, which is kind of cool because we don't really get like weapon accessories like we used to back in the day. So I think that that's really cool. And then finally, an underrated reveal, that Cactus Jack. I think that this might be one of Mick Foley's best figures by far. And I think I'm going to try to get away with putting this in my Attitude Era shelf because it looks like a Royal Rumble 2000. I love the freaking 2x4 with the barbed wire he has going on. He's got the red flannel going on. And then he also does have his Cactus Jack shirt, which does look like a soft goods shirt as well. And I think having the soft on soft actually works in this case for Cactus. The arms should be not as jacked as they are, but overall, I am very excited to add a Cactus Jack to the collection. An updated one because the one we have is like from I think like Elite like 40 or 50, but I know that this one is from the original Ringside Collectibles exclusive. He's also going to come with a stop sign and some handcuffs. I think that this is a great friggin' Mick Foley, and if this was Ultimate, my God, chef's kiss. But yeah, this Mick Foley, I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on. Really big fan of this wave as a whole. I think it's a great way to help wrestling figure collectors in the community so that we're not going to the second market and pretty much going bankrupt. Because a lot of these figures that are sought after do cost a lot of money in the second market. So I love that like in the greatest hits line from the vault, we're getting these figures and we can pay retail. We don't have to pay that second market. So honestly, I'm very happy about the Series 6. Now let's get into the defining moments, which you also can pre-order some of them on Ringside Collectibles. And we'll go over those first before we get into some of the early 2026 ones that we got revealed. And starting off here, we have Logan Paul. Honestly, should not be in the wave, just like LA Knight. Like, absolutely stupid, pathetic. Don't care at all for this figure. Like, what is this? When he won the United States Championship? Waste of time, because I do think we have better Logan Pauls out there. But this might be a hard pass for me. Then we also do have three other figures in this set that I will say these are defining moments. This is what the line should have. And starting off, we have Kurt Angle when he got his head buzzed by Edge. And this one I am super excited to add to my collection. I plan on getting this one mint on card and loose as well. I'm definitely going to try to get the signed by Kurt. He will have the headpiece. He'll also have one head sculpt with like the shaving cream, which is funny. You're going to get the razor. You're going to get the medals. I also do like the Angle attire that we do have here as well. He's got the red singlet with the big A in the front. And I do think that this Kurt Angle is going to be just a fun figure to add to the collection. And one that I feel like if you're not a wrestling figure collector and you're like looking like at the display, you're looking at the shelf, that's one that like they're going to get a kick out of. They're going to ask you like, what is this? And I think that this figure is fun. And sometimes I feel like the fun figures are the coolest to collect. Then this one blew my mind, and I think everybody's mind. I'm surprised that this already isn't sold out on Ringside Collectibles, and that is WrestleMania 13 Stone Cold. And for the first time ever in Mattel figure form, we are getting a bloody head sculpt. I never thought in a million years that this would ever happen, and here we are today with this reveal, Stone Cold, from his iconic WrestleMania 13 match against Bret Hart, which is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I can't believe we're actually getting a bloody head sculpt. This opens the door for so many endless possibilities of what they can give us. And I think that, oh man, because AEW, they have done a great job with their Blood and Guts ringside collectible exclusives, and I love collecting those, so I'm glad that we're finally getting WWE figures with the bloody head sculpt. That Stone Cold, I immediately pre-ordered it. I have one I'm going to be keeping mint on card, one loose. I also really do like the bloody Austin 316 shirt, and then he's also going to have the ring bell as well, and the selling point for this figure is obviously that bloody head sculpt, and that's going to be a fun figure to pose around and just have fun. Oh, man. This right here is exactly what we need in the defining moments line. And finally, we do have ECW One Night Stand 2006, Paul Heyman. And of course, I had to pick up two of these as well. I think that this is one of the more detailed elite figures that we got during the reveals. Looks like he's going to have the trench coat. He's going to have his ECW hat, ECW lanyard. He's going to have the headset. He's going to have a nice soft goods trench coat as well. And to me, man, this Paul Heyman, absolutely incredible. This is one that I've been wanting for years. And I do hope eventually we get a younger ECW Paul Heyman. But for now, this is perfect for the ECW shelf. Damn, actually, I might have to end up ordering one more of these for the Ruthless Aggression shelf, too. So, damn. Whoo! I love this Paul Heyman. I love this entire wave except for Logan Paul. This is definitely one that I'm super excited about. So now let's get into some of the next defining moments wave, because we did get three reveals here, and starting things off, one that I never thought in a million years we were going to get, and they really surprised us here with a lot of those, and that is a Ring of Honor CM Punk, which, how they're getting away with it? WWE Dark Match CM Punk, because he did do a few of those during his early days in professional wrestling. And the thing that makes me very excited about this CM Punk is that, one, it's a Mattel, because we do have the AEW Jazzware Luminaires ROH CM Punks with the yellow tights and the red. And this one here will have the white gear, which I do like. And another thing I love about this figure is he does have the red head sculpt, which he didn't have in his AEW Luminaires Ring of Honor figures. And I do remember him having that red hair during the Summer of Punk. So this is a figure that, oh man, I'm picking this up and it's going right on the Ring of Honor shelf easily. What a time to be a wrestling figure collector. Never in a million years would I think WWE would make a CM Punk figure that's technically not WWE. Then we go over here, we have main event Jey Uso, and I actually really like the gear choice here, but why is this a defining moment? I will say I do think it is kind of funny that he does have the Yeet foam finger hands. I think that that's a fun concept. Definitely throw that on somebody in like the crowd. But he does have an Intercontinental Championship, and it looks like it's going to be the updated one with the blue accent there, which I do like a lot. And he will have the he'll have the pink Yeet shades. And I do like the Miami Vice City colors that he does have here. And I will say the head sculpt is a little funky, but this Jey Uso definitely might have to add to my collection because I do love that Vice City colors. And then we also did get the concept art for Penta's first WWE figure. And we've gotten a lot of Penta figures in the past with AEW Jazzware, but now we're finally getting his first time in the line, which will be a part of the WWE Defining Moments wave. And one of the cool things about this Penta figure is the mouth is going to be interchangeable. And I can't wait to see how this is going to work because I know they have been playing a little bit. And we also do now, like, we're getting like hair, interchangeable hair. We're getting interchangeable hands, the head sculpts, and even with AEW, the torsos and stuff. But now we're getting mouths, which I think is absolutely wild. And if there's anybody to try this with, Penta is probably the right person. I'm assuming he's going to be in his debut gear, so that black and white with like the red accent. I do like he's going to get a soft goods jacket here, and we're going to get all the different hands as well. This right here, I think can get away with being a defining moment because his debut was pretty freaking awesome. And this is a figure that will be a day one pre-order once it comes out. And one that I will say I am super excited about. Defining Moments is one of my favorite waves to collect. But like having like a Jey Uso, Logan Paul, LA Knight, it takes away that excitement for me because I feel like Defining Moments line needs to be defining moments. It needs to be those, oh my God moments. But overall, I'm very excited that we do have quite some announcements with the WWE Defining Moments line. And now we're going to go all over the place with all these elite figures now. And we might as well start off with the Monday Night Wars, which I will say there are some that I'm very, very, very excited about, while there's others that I'm kind of like, damn, we could have put somebody else in this wave, but it is what it is. This is all Walmart exclusive. Probably going to be hard to find because that's how it is with any Walmart figures. Cough, cough, superstars. But we do have on display the Monday Night Wars Series 7, which I believe will be coming out pretty soon. We have the NWO Great Muta, which we already talked about that. Hollywood Hogan, Trillionaire, Ted DiBiase, Attitude Era, Jerry the King Lawler, and Prince Albert. All these figures I am very excited about and can't wait to add to the collection. But now let's go over some of the new figures that were found on the Monday Night War display. And starting things off, we do have the Make a Difference Fatu. This is a figure that I believe was announced like last year, and I'm surprised it's taken this long. But I do think putting him in the Monday Night Wars wave actually does work because this was during the New Gen era when he was doing the whole Make a Difference Fatu, which didn't really get over with the crowd. He got more over as Rikishi. But this is one that I'm definitely going to try to get for my wacky characters shelf. Then we also do have a brand new Rock figure, and it looks like it's going to be his promo attire. Already have a lot of Rocks, don't really care that much about this. So for me, like, if I didn't have to get the Build-A-Figure part, this would be a hard, or well, not hard, but easy pass for me. Then we also do have Booker T here in one of his characters, G.I. Bro from WCW. And I will say this is a pretty cool, unique figure. And I do like the head sculpt here. I love like all the camouflage that he's wearing. The vest looks sick. And Booker T's been like one of those like fantastic figures that you can just throw into any wave and it's a sick figure. And then we also do have American Badass Undertaker from his debut around 2000. And this figure to me might be like the best Undertaker figure by far. Like I think that this looks great. He's got the soft goods trench coat. He also does have the bandana, the glasses, the hair flowing, looks perfect. He's got the blue vest. This is one that I'm very excited about and will be a massive upgrade from that old WWE Elite, I think around like Series 50 or 60 that we got, I think SummerSlam. So this is going to be a massive upgrade. Super excited about that. And then we also do have more Monday Night War figures that were on display here, which, oh man, I'm excited about this one. And that is a Brian Pillman. And this is from the Hart Foundation. So this is the perfect 1997 Pillman. He's also going to have the crutch. He's going to have the rubber vest with the soft goods Hart Foundation shirt. And I actually really do like the jeans mold here that they're using on this Brian Pillman. I think that that looks great. And this is going to be a fun figure. I've been waiting for a Hart Foundation Pillman to add to the Attitude Era shelf. I think that this one is by far perfect. Even though we are going to be getting the incident with him and Stone Cold, we are getting that figure in heels and faces, the Pinnacle line. But I think that this one might be a little better. So I'm sorry, Zombie, but yeah, this one's pretty good. Then we also do have one of John Tensa's characters here. We have the Shark, and this is definitely going to be a buy for me because I did miss out on the original one, so I'm excited about that. I think the gear choice looks great. And then he will also be the Chase variant, which looks like it's going to be a different character of his. I don't remember which one, but different head sculpts, which is also a good thing. So they definitely put some work and some detail into that. So I could definitely appreciate it. And then we do have Eric Bischoff as well with the gray hair. And this one, like, I didn't think they were ever going to do, but I guess they are. And you already know I'm definitely picking up that Eric Bischoff. I believe that's the Build-A-Figure in this wave. And then we also do have Michael Cole. And I did say in my wish list video that I thought we were going to get like a greatest hits re-release of that Build-A-Figure that was like around like 2012. But we're getting an Attitude Era Michael Cole, and this to me is perfect figure. Like he even has the red button up going on. This is when he would interview people backstage, and he just has so many iconic moments with The Rock during this time that I'm so glad we're getting a younger Michael Cole. And this is one that I am going to try to get 2 head sculpts of because I think that the head sculpt, you can get away with this being a Ruthless Aggression Michael Cole. But I do hope that this opens the door and we get more Cole figures down the line. I am very excited about that. Wasn't expecting a Michael Cole drop. Like this was literally a wish. And I can't believe it actually came true and better than what I wanted. So I'm not complaining. And I almost forgot as well with the G.I. Bro series there. I did forget the Build-A-Figure in that wave is a WCW NWO Big Bubba Rogers, which is Big Boss Man. And this one, I think, does look really good. I do like that they gave him the bigger torso because he was a little bit bigger during that time. And definitely a fun Build-A-Figure. I love that we're getting more and more NWO people. So now let's get into the Ringside Collectibles exclusive that is up for pre-order right now. And that is the Cody Rhodes Finish the Story exclusive. And this one's going to be a fun little 2-pack here because we're also going to be getting Cody Rhodes' dog, Perea. I think that's the dog's name. I'm probably wrong, but he will have the United States flag. He's also going to have the cut up soft goods shirt with the finish, the story. And I also really love that like the dog is going to have a leash as well. And I think to me that this is just a fun figure, especially if you're a Cody Rhodes collector. This is one you're definitely going to want. And I will say the dog is the selling point here for me. I do think I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Moving on now to a box set that I do want to talk about because we did get a couple of those reveals, and that is the Championship 4-pack. I believe that this is going to be a Walmart exclusive, and you're going to get 4 figures with 4 different championships. And starting things off, we do have Bruno Sammartino, and I don't really care too much about this figure because I'm already satisfied with that Elite 110, but it does look like we are getting a newer head sculpt for him, which I think is cool. He is going to have the red tights, which we have not seen yet, like for Bruno, so that is cool. And I think that championship is definitely going to be the selling point, that classic WWF champion. And I love that, like, this is like a whole timeline, which makes it cool. And then we also do have an Ultimate Warrior here in the green attire. And I will say, I'm satisfied with all the Ultimate Warriors I have, but I actually really like this like green and pink gear. So this is one that I'm actually kind of excited about adding to my collection in like my early 90s shelf. He will have the Winged Eagle Championship. So I am really excited about that. Great head sculpt. He's got that hot dog tan as well. But the one selling point right here for me, and this is one that I did have on my wish list, and that is John Cena 2005 Chain Gang Soldier football jersey figure. And this is a one that I've been wanting for years. So I'm very excited about that. Looks like it's going to probably take some parts from that Elite 100 with like the hat and like the sculpted on wristbands. But that football jersey, that is the selling point for me. And then, of course, they got to throw in a Roman Reigns. That's just how it is. But he will have the newer WWE Championship in there. But obviously, for me, the selling point has got to be Warrior and Cena, hands down. And I will say the packaging looks beautiful. I love like the way that they do the box set. And I just love like this Hall of Champions logo. And it's like in a frame. I think that that is so freaking cool. And that's one thing that with box sets like I love is just all the details that go into the packaging. Even though a lot of the times it's just repaints of wrestlers, just like the details and like the packaging and like the artwork, that is what I really appreciate when it comes to that. We also do have a curtain call 4-pack as well. I don't know if it's Target or Walmart exclusive. You can let me know in the comment section below. But we do have a Shawn Michaels, and that looks like a new head sculpt here because they do have his hair going down a little bit more on his face. But he does have the black gear with like the silver hearts with the red trim going around. And this is all from that famous curtain call that happened. This is like, I believe, Diesel and Razor Ramon's last night in the WWF. And they pretty much broke kayfabe. And then we do have here Diesel as well, which that Diesel does look really good. Absolutely love that. And then we do have Razor Ramon here. Already have so many of them, but he is throwing up the click hands, and he's got his purple attire. And then we also do have a Hunter Hearst Helmsley, which I will say this looks like a pretty solid upgrade, if you ask me. And this one, for the most part, I don't really want any of them except for really that Hunter and Shawn. Moving on now to a couple John Cena figures that were revealed, and it looks like we're going to be getting an exclusive 3-pack. Don't know if it's Target, don't know if it's Walmart. You can let me know there. But it looks like we do have 3 different John Cenas here. We have one from like 2003, we have one from 2004, and then we also have one from 2015. And you already know I'm a sucker when it comes to John Cena figures because I am trying to build a Cena shelf. But I am so mad that this 2004 John Cena doesn't have the sculpted on wrist. Oh my, the sculpted on wristbands. That pisses me off so much because I love that wristband mold. And this would have been perfect if it had that. Looks like he's going to have both United States Championships. One that's the spinner. The other is the regular U.S. belt. I actually do like the camouflage shirt that Cena is wearing there. We haven't gotten that yet. And you do get the lock chain. And then I also do like the 2015 one. This is a re-release from like Elite 40, which is good. He's got the baby blue and like the yellow going on. Definitely a fun figure. This is when Cena was competing for the United States Championship. and one that I am definitely looking forward to adding to the collection. Just wish John Cena didn't have those painted on wristbands on that Word Life one. That disappointed me. But it looks like we also do have a WWE shop exclusive as well, and that is a modern John Cena in his I believe Royal Rumble attire. Could be wrong. But it is the dark blue gear he has going on, and he does have the new socks as well. That looks great. And one that I'm definitely very excited about adding. Also on the Cena display, you can see the fan takeover one, which is up on Amazon right now for pre-order. We already talked about that a while ago. But overall, I'm excited for all these new John Cenas. So now let's talk about the WWE Legend figures that are exclusive to Target. And right now, these are up for pre-order. The WWE Legends Series 27. Starting things off here, we do have an American Badass Undertaker, and it looks like this is from like 2002, 2003. He's got the Big Evil shirt, and this is an Undertaker that I've been waiting for a while, and I think that this is a massive upgrade from our older 2002 Taker. So this is one that I'm definitely excited to add to the collection. You can never go wrong with Undertaker figures. They feel so good in hand. Then we also do have Terry Funk, and it looks like he's going to be the Chase variant in this wave. It's more of like a late 80s Terry Funk, and one that a little bit before my time, so I don't really care that much about it. But it does seem like a lot of old school fans are excited. The standard will have the red gear going on, and then the Chase will have the blue gear going on. And then we also do have a modern Great Buddha figure, and I will say, toyetic. And I love that they're pumping Great Buddha figures away. And I do think that getting a modern one is kind of cool. One that I don't know where I'm going to add it to my shelf or my collection because it doesn't really fit anywhere. But I do like the older head sculpt on him. I do love like all the bells and whistles with the soft goods robe that he's wearing. And he also does have his helmet piece as well. And Great Muta is just a really fun figure to collect. And then we also do have the one half of the Smoking Guns, Billy Gunn. And I know there's a lot of people out there that really want this figure. They really want Bart Gunn as well, who doesn't have a WWE Legends deal and doesn't really do anything in the wrestling world. So I could definitely see a lot of people picking up two of these. I think I'm going to, and try to get like a custom like Bart Gunn head sculpt, because him and Billy, they were built the same. And I do think that this is what I like about the Legends line. Like, we get just these unique, different characters from these larger than life superstars. And I think getting this Billy Gunn is awesome. I do wish that they did make a Bart Gunn though, because it would just be great to have both of them. And you could have definitely thrown them in like one of those like ringside, like one of those 2-pack exclusives on like Mattel Creation. But we also do have final figures from the WWE Legends Series 26 on display. Rosie, Kurt Angle, Godfather, and Carlito, which these should be coming out in any time now. Very excited about all of them. We have talked about them, so we're going to just move forward. And there was a couple surprises that were thrown on the shelf, and one of them was Michelle McCool, which she has not had an elite figure. So I'm very surprised that it's taken this long for her to get one. And she's also going to have the broken women's champion, because when she was a part of Lay Cool with Layla, they pretty much broke the title in half, and they considered themselves half of the women's championship. This was before the tag titles. So I am excited to get a Michelle McCool elite in the collection. Definitely a massive upgrade from that basic a while back. And then we do have some greatest hits legend figures, and we do have a Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and one that I do need that in that attire. So I am kind of happy that we are getting a re-release of that. Then we also do have Cody Rhodes Legacy. This is one of like the early elite figures from back in the day. He does have the purple tights going on with the soft goods Legacy shirt here. And I do think that that's a fun figure, but some people are like, why are we getting this Cody Rhodes, but we haven't gotten the bald Randy Orton yet? I will say this Cody Rhodes, I'm definitely going to pick up for that like early 2010 collection. So I am excited about that Cody Rhodes. Then we also do have a Dusty Rhodes, and I actually really like this one. It's pretty much the same figure that we got in that Mattel Creation Superstars 2-pack with him and Cody, and it's non-polka dot Dusty, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for an elite non-polka dot. So I am excited about that. He's going to have that Dusty shirt going on. He's going to have the green elbow pad and just all the cool bells and whistles there. That's going to be a fun figure. Then we also do have Virgil. I don't have like a late 80s Virgil in my collection right now. So this one I'm definitely going to have to pick up. He does have the cut up tux there. He's got all the money, which I do love that mold that they use for some of these figures. So I'm excited about that. And then we do have a Red Rooster. And I know in the second market, he goes for a little bit of money. So I'm glad that they're able to throw him in here. One that I'm definitely going to have to pick up easily. And one that I'm glad I didn't pay second market prices to get for my collection. So I'm glad that we're getting a Red Rooster. Not bad upcoming Legend figures. Definitely excited about a lot of them that will be coming to our collections pretty soon. But now we're going to go over all the friggin' elite figures that they announced, like from like the reveals and all these upcoming ones that are just going to be all over the place. So we might as well start things off here with Demolition. We did get some rendering images of them, Axe and Smash, but the selling point for me is Mr. Fuji. And this is exciting. I'm so happy we're finally going to be getting some Demolition figures back in the WWE Mattel line because it has been so long since we got those classics from a while ago. But Mr. Fuji, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping for Yokozuna's manager, Fuji, which better be coming out pretty soon. Like, they have his license, so I'm expecting them to give me a Yokozuna Fuji. And I think a lot of people really want that. Also, we do have first time in the line, Julia. I did have her on my wish list. And I'm glad that we're going to be getting this one from like her debut. Very excited about that. And I do love the gear choice, love the head sculpt. Definitely has a lot of potential there. Then we also do have Wyatt 6 figures, and I believe 3 of them are going to be in a box set, while the other 2 are going to be a part of like a later elite line. And starting things off, probably my favorite one, Dexter Loomis. This figure looks badass. I've been waiting for Samuel Shaw to get a figure, and we're finally getting it. He's got the dreads. The beard looks menacing. Everything about this figure looks menacing. And I think the mask are going to be like the coolest thing about this entire set. Looks like he's going to have a rubber vest here. And this is one that definitely excited about adding to the collection. I know he did get a basic a while back, but finally we get an elite Dexter. Then we also do have Joe Gacy here, Huskus the Pig. And I'm surprised we never got a NXT Joe Gacy figure, but honestly, it is what it is. I do think that this figure definitely looks great. The masks are going to be what really sells here for these Wyatt 6. And then you do have Nikki Cross, Abigail in like the bride's dress, which I really like. And that mask is menacing. I do love like how they do have like the hair like all over her face. I think that looks really freaking good. And then we do have Ramblin' Rabbit, Eric Rollin here, which, dude, that rabbit mask is freaking sick in figure form. He also does have the help mallet as well. And he does have his full sleeves now on the beard, on the arms, which look great. And that head sculpt does look menacing as well of just him. Oh, man, this is great. And then we do have Uncle Howdy finally. I feel like it's long overdue that we get an elite figure of him. I wish it did have like another interchangeable head sculpt of Bo Dallas, but it is what it is. Very excited to add all these to the collection. Then we do have an upcoming elite, Lyra Valkyria. And I do hope that she does come with the Women's Intercontinental title, which I'm assuming she isn't. But this figure does look great. Massive upgrade from that main event figure that I am right now actually on the toy hunt trying to find. Then we also do have a first time in the line, Oba Femi. We got a prototype here. And I know we are getting a main event Oba, which I'm definitely going to have to use as like a filler until we get this elite figure in hand. Oba is going to be a big star in WWE. Love that figure. Has lots of potential. Then we do have here two suited Cody Rhodes here. I believe this will be a part of the WWE Elite 120. He's going to have the light pink suit, and then the variant is going to be this brown suit here. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards that pink suit, Cody. I love promo attire figures and suited ones. So this Cody Rhodes, very excited about that. Then we also do have an Austin Theory. It looks like we have a prototype. I wonder if this is going to match the gear that Grayson Waller was wearing for WrestleMania 40, because we just got that Elite figure not that long ago. So I'm assuming that they are going to give us a Theory to kind of go with that. But it does look like he has a new head sculpt. And I don't know how I feel about it, because it does like have like the wrinkle like on the front of the head. And it kind of makes him look very old. So I don't know how I feel about that. Then it looks like we do have a new LA Knight coming out. And this one, I can't wait to replace that Elite 108. I have been not a fan of any of the LA Knight figures, except for that one main event one that we got in like first time in the line. I do think that this one is going to be great. Looks like they're working on a new head sculpt for him. And then he does have the white and the red gear, which I love white gear. So I'm excited about this LA Knight here. That looks great. Then we do have a Lola Vice prototype, which she does have two different head sculpts here, well, hair choices. And I don't like the one that's like tied up. I think the hair flowing looks so much better. And Lola Vice, that'll be her first figure. Excited about that. Then we do have a Braun Breaker Elite with the Intercontinental Championship, and that's before the accent color there. But I do like this yellow and like black singlet he has going on. The head sculpt does look kind of funny, but I do see what they were doing here. Probably going with like when he gives somebody the spear head sculpt. Not a bad Braun Breaker. And then we do have Carmelo Hayes here, which I don't understand this at all. Same gear that we got in his first time in the line, Elite figure. So I really don't understand this. The only thing different about this is maybe a couple tattoos and the hem chain. Like, I don't understand why we couldn't get like a Carmelo and like longer tights like we got with that main event figure. I would have loved to add like that to the collection, not a re-release of him. Then we also do have Ethan Page. We have the Chase and the Standard. And honestly, at first, I was nervous about the head sculpt. Like, it didn't look like him. But then when I looked up a lot closer at it, man, they killed it with the head sculpt. He does have the NXT Championship. And this is one that I'm excited about, because anybody that's a wrestler that loves action figures and then they get their own, like, makes me more excited about their figure because they're excited about it. But that Ethan Page looks really good. And then we do have Dirty Dom, the updated one with the mustache and the longer mullet. This is a figure that a lot of people have been waiting for. This will be a day one pre-order for me. He does have the rubber vest going on with the shirt that's like around the waist there. This Dom looks fantastic. Absolutely love that. But one figure that probably the worst reveal of the day, and I hope that this is a joke, is Liv Morgan. Like, everything about this figure looks fantastic. The Dirty Dom top, the white tights, the World Heavyweight Championship, like all of like the details going in with like the bells and like the kick pads and everything looks so good. But that freaking head sculpt, there's no way in hell this is the final product for Liv Morgan. There's no way in hell. They definitely didn't get her head sculpt right, so they threw on a Thea Hale head sculpt on her. Because there's no way that this is going to be the final product for Liv Morgan. I don't believe it at all. I'm highly disappointed in this figure here. Definitely could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. And then it looks like we have a prototype figure for Alba Fire, which is so weird that we're not going to be getting Isladon, but it is what it is. One figure that we are going to have to look more into. A lot of people were like, who is this, from like the first looks? But I don't know. Just another new character to the collection. And then we also have Gunter. It looks like they're giving him a new head sculpt here as well, because it looks like it's in production still. But man, they never miss with Gunter. And I actually really like this head sculpt. I thought like the Gunter that I had was perfect. But like, man, they gave him the pissed off look here. So this is one that I'm definitely going to try to get for the collection easily. Let me see if there's any other ones that I'm forgetting. Nope. Well, we do have elite top picks, but we don't really care about those. Same old things that we've already seen. And then let's get into the Survivor Series. Build the Nick Aldis, build a figure. And I will say I'm very excited about this line right here. And starting things off, we do have the War Games Cody Rhodes with the face paint. I really like this, but I wish that they would give us the pins and the knees because I don't like that Cody Rhodes Elite figures feel like statues. But that head sculpt is definitely pretty damn cool. Then we do have a 1-2-3 kid and more of like a new gen colors with that like shiny purple and gold and white. I do think that that's a different 1-2-3 kid, one that I'm definitely excited to add to my collection. Then on my wish list, I did have a Judgment Day JD McDonough, and I'm glad that they're throwing him in here. Pretty much a re-release from his first Elite figure, except like he does have the Judgment Day gear. He's going to have the bandana. He's going to have that like great rubber vest going on, or rubber jacket there with all the bells and whistles. I think that that looks like a great figure. And then the one that I am the most excited about out of this entire wave, 1993 Survivor Series Bret Hart. And it's not, and you guys are probably wondering, why are you excited about a Bret Hart figure? He has some of the worst head sculpts. The reason I am very excited about this Bret Hart figure, and I know a lot of people are pointing this out as well, we could finally make the perfect custom Owen Hart figure with this mold. And I can't believe, like, I know Mattel, like, this, they're not going to admit it ever, but this is their reason. They don't have the license to Owen Hart, so what better way than to just give us the singlet Bret Hart, which he did wear. It is accurate. Survivor Series 93. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy 5 of these, and I'm going to throw all 5 of those Bret Hart head sculpts in the trash can, and I am going to be making some really cool Owen Hart custom figures. Like, I think that this is a perfect torso, perfect singlet, perfect. Man, this is going to be a fun, like, fix-up for a lot of people. And I'm surprised, like, with AEW Jazzware, we did get Owen Hart's when the license first came out, but we haven't really gotten anything the last couple of years. And you would think that they would make an Owen Hart with the singlet, but they haven't done that yet. So I love that Mattel actually did it. And we're definitely going to have to make a bunch of custom Owen Harts with that. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm very excited about that Bret Hart. Way to go, Mattel. Keep it up. And then we do have the Build-A-Figure, which is Nick Aldis, which I did predict in my wish list video. I do wish that he did have the full suit. I would prefer that because I do feel like he wears the suit more than like the pop-up collar, which I know they are trying to get use out of that new mold, but I don't know. I think it would look a lot better with just a regular suit. But very excited to finally add a Mattel Nick Aldis to my collection. And in order to do that, I do have to I do have to get all the figures in the wave. And I'm actually excited about all 4 of the figures in the wave. So before we get into all the WWE Ultimate figures that were revealed at WWE World, I do want to talk about some of the WWE main event figures that stood out to me that I did see on display. And one of them is a first time in the line, and that is a Wendy Chow figure. She's going to be the standard and the chase in her main event wave. And she's somebody who I actually got to watch in the independent scene as Karen Q. She did a lot of stuff for Northeast Wrestling in my area. So I'm very excited to see that she's going to be getting her first figure. And it looks like the standard is going to be her in the blue pajamas with the cookies. She's also got the cow slippers, which I think are absolutely hilarious. And then it looks like the chase variant's going to be her in her black pajamas with like some pink and white skulls and hearts, which I do think I am going to try to find both of these. Very unique head sculpt. And another one that really stood out to me has to be that Obafemi. First time in the line. This figure, I believe, will be coming out before his Elite figure. So this is one that I'm definitely going to have to get as a placeholder for the time being. And then the last one that really stood out to me was Tiffany Stratton. And I wish that this baby blue and white attire that she's wearing in this figure was an Elite figure because I really like this gear. And I feel like this is a reoccurring thing when it comes to the main event line. Like I noticed throughout like this entire thing, like that Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles Championship Showdown 2-pack. I want that AJ Styles in the black and purple in elite form. I'm sure that Dragon Lee, that doesn't have any color right now, that's going to probably be a lot more toyetic than his elite figure, which is very disappointing. Also, Keon Jordan, another NXT woman, she's going to be having her first time in the line figure as well. She was the first North American champion, so that's cool. And to me, I think that there's definitely some solid figures that are coming out. Also, that Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in the red attire with the tag team championship, that's definitely one that I'm interested in. But now let's start talking about the WWE Ultimate figures that were showing off here. And we're going to start off with the Amazon exclusive. We do have our next fan takeover, which is WrestleMania 20. Randy Orton's going to be coming with the Intercontinental Champion, the oval one. He's going to have an Evolution shirt and some interchangeable heads. I don't know if I really need this Randy because I love that red attire one that we just got recently in that Evolution 3-pack. But a lot of people do like that baby blue gear. Then we also do have a Coliseum 2-pack as well that will be coming up on Amazon sometime this fall. And that is the Honky Tonk Man Ultimate and Ultimate Warrior. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like when it comes to these Coliseums, I'm always interested in one figure and not both. I'm going to be honest, I feel like we have so many better Ultimate Warrior figures than this. I will say the banner is kind of cool because I remember having that growing up. But that Honky Tonk Man, let me tell you, I do really like this new guitar mold that they have here. And it looks like you're going to be able to put like the wrestler's head through the guitar without like worrying to pretty much try to rebuild it. So I do like that a lot. He does have the same singlet that we've already seen thousands of times with this figure. And I don't know, that head sculpt with like his hair down looks very funny. This one, I might wait until it goes on clearance because I do want that Honky Tonk Man. I really don't want that Ultimate Warrior. But the Coliseum is a very cool concept. But now let's talk about the Monday Night War WWE Ultimates that we did see on the Monday Night War display at WWE World. And we have already heard about this, and that is Scott Steiner. We're getting a WCW one in the red tights here. And honestly, I'm very excited about this. I would prefer this Scott Steiner over the one that we were supposed to get with the Monday Night Nitro stage. So I'm actually very excited about that Steiner. He's also going to have the headpiece. He's also going to have a World Heavyweight Championship. He's going to have the shades. This Scott Steiner is absolutely perfect, and it's going to be an Ultimate Edition. So that makes me even more excited. Just praying that they're sitting on the shelves like those Lex Luger and Triple H's right now, because those have been very easy to find. And finally, we did also get a Kurt Angle prototype on display here. And I can't wait for this Kurt Angle. It looks like it's going to be a 2000s from, I believe, WrestleMania 16. He's going to come with both the European and Intercontinental Championship. He's going to have a couple medals. And we are going to be getting 3 different head sculpts with this. I will say, I really, really want a 2001 Kurt Angle, but I will take the 2001. I think that this Ultimate one is going to be better than that original one we got a while back. So honestly, I'm really looking forward to the Monday Night War Ultimates. But now let's go over the Ringside Collectibles exclusive 2-pack Ultimate that will be coming out sometime this year. And I did predict this in my wish list video, and that is Attitude Era Dudley Boys. But it's not 2001. It is going to be 2000. And I'll take it. I will take it. I do think that these are going to be a lot better than that Elite 2-pack that we got. And I'm very excited about these Dudleys here. We have Bubba. He's got 3 different head sculpts. He's also going to come with the World Tag Team Championship. He's going to have the shades. I love all the expressions that they have going on with the head sculpts. And then we also do have a Devon Dudley as well to match the Bubba. He's going to have the 3D shirt. He's also going to have the camouflage pants. And then he's also going to have 3 different head sculpts as well with the Tag Team Championship. And I've been waiting for Dudleys. I do hope they do come with a table. I feel like they have to. It's an Ultimate Edition. but very excited about that. I really hope eventually we do get an elite Spike Dudley. I think it's long overdue that now we're getting Dudley elites. We got to get a Spike Dudley in there. Now we do have a couple Target Ultimate Edition figures that will be coming out in the Legends wave. The first one we have is Bray Wyatt, and I think that this is so cool. I love me a Bray Wyatt figure, and there's only a prototype, so we don't know exactly what the figure is going to be from, but definitely very excited about it, especially with the head sculpt that they do have on him with display. Pretty much him doing like the spider walk, which I do like. And then we do have Shawn Michaels. We've already seen this plenty of times already, and I believe this will be coming out very, very soon. This is from 2006, his DX run. So I am excited about that. And then we also do have an Undertaker in the black and purple during the New Gen era, which I'm definitely excited about. Massive upgrade from that Elite figure we got a while back. He's also going to have the sculpted on mask, which I do like because he did have that because of the face injury he did sustain. But that Undertaker looks so menacing. So I'm very excited about that. So then we do have a couple WWE Mattel Creation Ultimates. And the first one, we did hear about this a few months ago, and that is ECW debut CM Punk. And this is going to be immediately a first day pre-order for me. He does have the yellow attire going on, and he will be coming with the ECW Championship, which I know is one of those harder titles to actually find in the wild. So that's cool. We're also going to get 3 different head sculpts with him. And I actually really do like the CM Punk shirt that we are getting with this. And one that I will say I'm a little bit more excited about this old school CM Punk than that Money in the Bank 2011 Punk, which might be a hot take, but very excited about adding another Ultimate Punk to the collection. And then right now you can actually go to Mattel Creation and pre-order this 2-pack. And that is Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes from WrestleMania 40. And this is the figure that everybody knew was going to get revealed like during this WrestleMania week, because that Cody Rhodes with the mask, like as immediately when he came out with that at WrestleMania 40, we knew that this was going to be made into an Ultimate Edition. And I think that this figure looks absolutely sick. And even adding Brandy Rhodes to it just makes it even better, which I do like a lot. This will be, I believe, her first WWE figure. So now you don't have to use the AEW one that we got in the first Unrivaled wave. I really like this. And we even have a kissing head sculpt, which I think is so freaking cool. Man, this Cody Rhodes and Brandy, there's so much details that's like with the gear, and just this is an immediate pre-order. Like I already pre-ordered it, and I can't wait to get this in hand and review it for you awesome people. But man, they really were killing it with WWE Ultimate Editions during this entire like reveals. I know at the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast live show in Las Vegas, they did reveal that we are going to be getting a Chelsea Green Ultimate Edition figure, and I can't wait to see what that's going to be. And if she is going to be in a regular wave, honestly, they should make her to chase, because there's so many toyetic things that you could do with her. You can have her wear the Cactus Jack gear that she wore, the dumpster match, her with all of her face, like the faces. I feel like that's the one we're gonna get with like her face like on the gear. I feel like that's the ultimate that we're probably gonna get, but we'll have to wait and see when we get more images within the next couple of months. But now let's talk about these upcoming Ultimate figures in the regular wave, which we did see Ultimate Series 27 on the shelves, which you could actually go pre-order right now on Ringside Collectibles. Starting things off, we do have Bayley, and I'm not the biggest fan of Bayley right now, but I will say this is a sick fucking figure, and this is one that I'm definitely very excited to add to my collection, because I'm gonna be honest, the last Bayley figure that I really enjoyed was that NXT TakeOver one with the Women's Championship, like in her blue attire. So honestly, I'm excited to finally get an Ultimate Bayley. I do hope eventually we get an NXT one, but this one, like, they really killed it. Looks just like her. And like even the jacket looks amazing in Ultimate Edition form. Then we also do have CM Punk, and I'm very excited about this CM Punk. This is from SummerSlam 2024, and I love this black and pink attire. I do think eventually we will get that Bad Blood CM Punk, which I did have in my predictions. I think San Diego Comic-Con, we will get that in maybe Elite form with like Drew McIntyre and some ringside collectibles exclusive. But this CM Punk looks amazing, and this is going to be a perfect modern Punk for my modern shelf. So definitely very excited about that. And I really like the new sculpted on wrist tape. This is something that I've been asking WWE Mattel to do for the last couple of years because the painted on one just doesn't look realistic. But this right here looks amazing, and I think that it's really going to make the figures stand out. Hopefully, this isn't the last time that they do this mold, which you can pre-order right now in Ringside Collectibles. Then we also do have a couple rendering images that were revealed during the panel. We are going to be getting an Ultimate Edition Tiffany Stratton, and I'm actually very excited about this one. She will have her Money in the Bank purse, which I think is so cool. That's going to be a great accessory. I love the green attire, but man, if they did that baby blue main event one in Ultimate, whoo, that would have been that would have been the best Tiffany Stratton figure. Then we're also going to be getting an Umaga Ultimate Edition, which I wasn't expecting this, and I will immediately be pre-ordering this one day one. He's going to have his blue attire, and this is going to be a really sick figure on display. One that I'm probably going to have to get two of, one for the Bloodline shelf, and then one for my Ruthless Aggression. Because I think when it comes to Ultimate Editions, like when you make the bigger guys, they look so good. And I think this is going to turn out great. Then we're also going to be getting an Ultimate Edition Dirty Dom figure, and it looks like it's going to have him with the updated gear that he's been wearing, and he will be having the mustache and the longer mullet. So I know a lot of people are going to be excited about that Ultimate. I know I'll definitely be picking that up. And then this one I'm very excited about, and that is a 2004 Great American Bash Eddie Guerrero in his purple attire. This is one of my favorite Jakks Pacific figures back in the day that came out. And he's also going to have the bull rope from the match that he had against JBL. And I think that this is going to be freaking amazing. Cannot wait to add that Eddie Guerrero to the collection. And I do hope that we get an Ultimate Edition of him in like his last 2005 run, like that SummerSlam 05 with like the longer hair going on. Like, man, freaking gangsta Eddie, I would love that. So there you have it, guys. Those are all the reveals for WWE WrestleMania 41 WWE World. And man, let me say overall, I'm very excited about a lot of these figures. And I think that we definitely got some great upcoming figures. Wondering when we are going to get some of those Legend deal figures. Like I am waiting for a Jacqueline, a Victoria. I know Crush just signed a Legends deal. So there's a lot of them that I am kind of waiting on. Armada Estrada. But we will have to wait and see what happens there. I'm sure we are going to get more reveals at San Diego Comic-Con. So guys, let me know in the comment section below what figures you're looking forward to that will be coming out pretty soon. There's a lot of them that I'm very excited about. But if you enjoyed this video and you guys want more wrestling figure news while I still do toy hunts and unbox figures and do reviews, smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already, recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Also, want to let you guys know that I will be doing a live watch along for WrestleMania 41 tonight and tomorrow night. Both nights I'll be live over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, so if you want to hang out with me, you can go check out We Are Wrestling, which is down in the links in the description box below. But of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.